Leslie's Lessons. This is about health, listening to your body, and appreciating what you have. So I've been out of it for a little bit now. I was having these pains in my stomach from time to time that would really take me out for days. It was just getting to the point where I was praying in the back of my mind, like, please, I just want to get through next week. Like, let it just be okay. Let me be okay. So it was the past 3 months and it kept happening. And then 2 weeks ago, it happened again. This was seriously painful. I went to urgent care, and then when they touched on my abs, and I was like, ow. And then the doctor was like, anytime I press right there, that means the person needs surgery. And I suggest you go to the ER. And he did offer to call the ambulance for me, but told me, they would take me to the nearest hospital of their choice. So I got back in my car and I went to the hospital that has my records and my doctors. They work there. And, I was in the emergency. And did I mention I hate to be in the emergency? Who does, right? Who does like to be in the emergency? And I couldn't sit still. I'm talking side to side. Um, I know it was over an hour, even though I didn't look at the time. I know it was over an hour because by the time my family got there, it was later on at night, and I knew that I was there ready for a while. And they had to give me morphine 3 times eventually when I did get something. And by the way, I did tell them, do you see that bed over there? I'm going. So sometimes you just have to speak up. The pain was just unbearable. And as someone who can endure pain, it was unbearable. And when I got the bed in the emergency, and by the way, when I did get the bed, I think I waited about another 15, 20 minutes, something like that, because you just have to keep putting pressure on them. I didn't say you have to be aggressive and rude, but you have to keep putting pressure on them. So I got the morphine, gave it to me again, 3 times. Then they gave me an IV. Oh gosh, what's the term? Iodine or something was in it. And that finally helped. I got a little sleepy, but the pain was so it was so disturbing that I couldn't stay still. I laid at the edge of the bed. I was just going back and forth. And I remember when I was on a stretcher in emergency, I saw this woman directly across from me, and she was with her son. And when I passed her my stretcher, she said, "Feel better." And I said, "Thank you." And I asked one of the doctors, "What if I didn't come in tonight?" And he said it was going to be life-threatening. And even if you survived one more time, it was going to be even more pain. Having a doctor talk about my liver and life-threatening, I really thought they had the wrong medical file, because I just couldn't believe someone who likes to watch what they eat and just live a certain way. It was just really surprising hearing them talk to me in details that way. And eventually, the gallstones, I had to get gallbladder surgery removal. I had to get an endoscopy because the gallstones were blocking. They were like stuck. And then I had pancreatitis. It was just a lot going on. And then the gallstones moved. They were no longer stuck. And they resolved themselves, but I still had to get surgery. And so here I am recovering now. But I say all of this to say, if you feel any pain, If you are one of those people that is in tune with their body, sometimes we just can't self-medicate. I took the over-the-counter stuff. I did the Caribbean concoctions. Boil the water, put the clove, the ginger, did different things. And, there was a lot of vomiting. There was a lot of pain. It was crippling. It felt like a monster was in me because it like touched my spine. And I say all of this to say, sometimes you don't know how bad it really is, and you have to check yourself out. Hearing life-threatening in the same sentence, and to think just a few hours ago, I really didn't have an appetite, and guess what I ate and made it worse? Pizza, the cheese. But I said, I gotta go check this out. And all I cared about after was being alive, was being well, was knowing that even though we were all assigned a day, the thought of it being a false alarm day, when you just put things in perspective and you think about the things that bothered you before, or the things that you entertained, that you just, for no reason, you just entertained them in your mind. And it just makes you reflect, I can't believe I allowed these thoughts to be incubated in my mind, to be on my tongue, to express thoughts that mean nothing in life. Those things that annoyed you, imagine if they told you that was life-threatening. And the 24 hours before that, what would you do differently? What was one of the last conversations that you had? What were the things that annoyed you that was just running rampant in your mind? What are the things that you couldn't shake? Now all of a sudden you're faced with, you might not even be here to entertain any of these things anymore. What are you suddenly now facing that you have to choose to let go? Like spring cleaning of the thoughts. We have to commit to letting some things go. We have to commit to understanding that we can't bring everything with us. I was thinking about who teaches us how to love? We could say our parents, we could say TV, movies, our friends, just our surroundings, relationships as we progress in life, as we continue in life. And then we kind of create like a love template. We create character templates. We stick to it because we have found that it works for us. Even if it is break even, it's our formula that we use. And it just had me thinking after this surgery, what templates, what formulas can I update in my life? What can I click on and delete? What do I no longer need? What colors can I add? What words can I add? What can I take out? When you realize that the TikTok of life is real, you will approach life. You will see life in a different way. I promise you, you will see life in a different way. The struggles that you had to change and get rid of certain things are no longer a struggle. You don't care. You don't care about the things that were a thing before. You don't care about any little pesky thing, even fear. Of course, you still have fear about major things that can happen in your life, but it's no longer obsessive because you realize how much more precious life is. And life is about living, but it's also about being present and appreciating what you have every step of the way. You don't have to figure out something every day. You don't have to reflect, process, analyze every day. You don't have to point out what's wrong. You don't have to win a fight every day. You don't have to explain yourself, defend yourself every day. You don't have to say things that you don't mean just so you don't, ruffle feathers or, show your true self for fear of rejection. Every day, you can just be you. You can say less. You can do less and save that energy for appreciating life more, for being in tune with who you are and what you're really about, and just being still. Society drives it in our mind that we have to be busy, we have to multitask, we have to have like 10 things going on while maintaining a thriving relationship. How does that work? Something is not going to get the essence of you. They're only going to get the remnants of you. They're going to get crumbs of you. How do you decide? Slow down. It's funny when I say slow down because as I'm speaking to you, I'm recording an audiobook. I'm working on designing a greeting card, and I have my growth journal, This Power is Mine, Not Yours, right in front of me because I was recording a YouTube video about it to let people know how impactful this growth journal has been in my life. And even with that, and I have other things lined up to do, I just don't think about them. I focus on what I'm focusing on, and I remove the pressure of being perfect, of having everything done. What is a dream day to you? What does a dream day look like to you? Me? Quietness, harmony, intimacy, connection, like fun. Strawberry lemonade, delicious meal with beautiful company, the scents of lavender oils mixed with jasmine oils, and the sounds of beautiful birds humming in the background. What does a dream day look like to you? It's really not out of our reach, but we think of a dream day like a holiday, vacation, the time where society tells you it's okay to now have that time. What if you just decided right now? What if you didn't wait? What if you just said, you know what? My dream day is today. And once you give yourself permission to have that mentality, you start to live that way. When you hear life-changing results, it has to be a wake-up call. Just has to move you in some way. You have to move. Don't wait till next week. Don't wait till a month from now, a year from now. There is no guarantee. And even if you are guaranteed, make the time count. Make the moments count. Make what you want to say, make what you want to do count right now. Go for it. Go. Don't worry about having all the resources. Don't worry about having everything perfect. You will wait forever. Try now and try and learn and repeat. Figure out what works, what doesn't work, take notes and have an outline. And before you know it, you have found your successful formula to life. Your life, your lane. I don't know who needed to hear this, but your life is super valid, like you. Take complete advantage of it. Enjoy it. Smell the fresh air. Look up to the sun. Enjoy the birds. Don't let anything stick to you. If a job is out your reach, if a business is out your reach, if a love is out your reach, whatever goals, you want to look a certain way, you want to feel, just go for it. People call you with their problems, or they have a complaint, or they want to antagonize you. Don't fall for the bait. Wish them well. Wish everyone well. It's not about being in control of others. It's about being in control of yourself and knowing that you control nothing. You control nothing in this world. You don't control anything in this world. All you control is your voice, your value. You determine that, not your circumstances, not outside influences. And that is incredible. That is valuable. Maybe this happened to me, so I can share this with you who's feeling like you're stuck. You're not sure what to do. You're not sure if you matter to people. You absolutely do. Don't forget it, and don't waste time. Create the moments that mean the most to you. Create your dream day. You have it in you. And here's to dreams coming true by you. Leslie's Lessons. Leslie